Joining us on set is CBS News contributor and Republican strategist Frank Luntz. Frank, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so we were just listening to Nancy Cortez reporting about Biden. Has he waited too long to get into the race?
Based on the focus groups that we did two of them the night of the Democratic debate, I think so. Hillary Clinton was able to show to her supporters that she's got what it takes to fight back and to present herself in a very polished way. And Bernie Sanders proved that he is a credible opponent. That mainstream voters may not like what he has to say, but Democratic primary voters did approve it. In fact, he won our focus groups. And so you've got the center and the left taken care of. They're not clamoring for Joe Biden anymore. We had 7 of our 28 that wanted him to run, that actually supported him, and more than half wanted him to run. By the time the debate was over, they were all satisfied. It's no longer run, Joe, run. It's stay, Joe, stay.
Let me ask you about that focus group, because, you know, the pundits all sort of declared Hillary Clinton. The headlines all said she was the winner of the debate. But your focus group said otherwise. What did that say?
And I think the reason is because my focus groups is populated with people who are younger than the pundits. That the average Democratic primary voter is younger than the people who are analyzing it. Younger, poor, less educated, and focus more on day-to-day issues and, in some cases, ideology. And so they don't represent the punditry class that says, oh, well, she did great. They liked how she performed. Very, very positive. But they felt that he spoke to them in ways that she didn't. And he's got one thing going for him that she doesn't: authenticity.
Well, we also saw, social media and online supporting what your focus group said, that Bernie Sanders was the clear winner. So why is there such a stark disparity there? And how does that play into the race? You know, social media, your focus group, they're all saying one thing, and you're hearing and reading about another thing.
Social media is actually dominating. This is the first election. I know that they like to say that social media elected Barack Obama. It didn't. It helped him organize. Social media is significant in Donald Trump's efforts on the Republican side and significant with Bernie Sanders on the Democratic side. It is much younger than the average voter, much more engaged, much more passionate. And what I find interesting this time is that social media on the right is much more negative than social media on the left. That the Clinton and Sanders people are more complimentary towards each other than Trump and anybody else in the Republican field. Up until now, that anger and the intensity used to be found on the left. In this election cycle, it's found on the right.
That's interesting. Why?
I think Trump has stoked it and provoked it. I think Trump has caused it by his demeanor. Look, Donald Trump has attacked every Republican candidate in a personal way, in a vicious way, talking about how they look, how they dress, not just what they say, but an attack. And thank God I'm not running, because this would be an attack thermometer right here. And that's not what's happening on the Democratic side. They're arguing over policy. On the Republican side, they're arguing over personality. And that's one of the reasons why it's so much more vicious.
But speaking of Trump, last night he said he will not attack Hillary Clinton personally. Very different from what happened with Carly Fiorina. What's behind that strategy?
What he says about Marco Rubio, that he's a kid. He's never seen a young person sweat so much. Jeb Bush, he can't leave him alone. Every time he speaks, he's going after Bush. He called Ben Carson only an okay doctor, one of the great doctors. Fiorina, I think he said something about her voice gives him a headache, and he made a comment about her face. And Hillary Clinton, nothing. One has to wonder, what kind of Republican is Donald Trump if he's attacking other Republicans but leaving the leading Democrat alone? I don't know.
Before we let you go, Frank, a second Republican lawmaker on the Benghazi committee is implying that the focus of the committee is to target Hillary Clinton. What do you make of that?
I don't buy it. I don't accept it. And in fact, if it wasn't for that committee, we would not have learned about her emails. We would not have learned about her server being at home. We would not have learned all these things that she keeps telling us that we find out about 3 or 4 weeks later turns out not to be true. The Republicans have a responsibility to be careful in what they say and what they do, to be honest and accountable. But she has a responsibility to tell the truth, and the public deserves the truth. She hasn't done it. That committee is a necessity, but it's up to the Republicans to prove that it is also nonpartisan and accurate in what it is saying and learning.
What did your focus group say about that, and also about her emails? Because as we heard from Bernie Sanders, he was sick of hearing about them. What did they say?
Now, remember, these are Democratic primary voters. That was the highlight of the debate. They loved it. They're like, go, Bernie. They're actually speaking out. Go, Bernie. And I have to say to them, guys, you're not on TV. Can you, shut up? That was their favorite moment of the debate, because that's exactly how they feel. Enough with the emails.
All right. Frank Luntz, thank you so much.
Thank you.